How's everybody doing today? More ramblings of a short, fat, bald guy coming to you. Got to be honest. Set out today to get people to discuss immigration on my social media page, would be Facebook. And after a couple of posts regarding my thoughts on the illegal immigration and um, just generalizations, I've come to the conclusion that, yeah, we're still divided. You've got one hand, you've got everybody that's like, they're all illegal. They need to go back. They need to just go away. We can't deal with them. Then we have the other group that's like, oh, let them all in. Obviously, that's not feasible either. But it got people talking. And, did we resolve anything with it? No. That was my whole point. I said several times, we as a nation of immigrants, which is what we all are, maybe need to work together to resolve the issue as opposed to pointing fingers. I heard or read all the arguments about, well, they're drug dealers and they're human traffickers and they're thieves and they're on private property and they're not leaving and they make a mess and blah, blah, blah. Um, you know, some of that's true. I'm sure that some coming across are drug dealers. Some coming across are human traffickers. I'm sure that they are squatting on other people's land. But the point was, why don't we work together as a nation to try and resolve the issue? I had some people saying, Donald Trump had this problem fixed, which is not even close to being correct. People in cages isn't fixed. Granted, Donald Trump's not the first one to put people in cages, so to speak. It happened under the Obama administration. It happened further back than that. Again, illegal immigration issues at the southern border have been going on for decades. Barack Obama said, we can't let it continue. It obviously continued. Bill Clinton, we can't let it continue. It still continued. Donald Trump, can't let it continue. It still continued, but he was going to build a wall, which didn't work anyway. Even in the areas where there is a wall, it hasn't worked. Again, we're looking at ways to keep them out. I'm thinking it's time that we as a nation try to figure a way to either make it more hospitable for them to stay in their own countries, whether it be Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, wherever they're coming from to us in the southern border, or we streamline the process so that we can get these people through the system, get them checked out, get them through the system, and weed out those that are unwanted, the ones that are members of the Mexican cartels and the gangs and things like that. It's not going to happen overnight, though. And so we didn't get any of that discussion, which is really what I wanted people to talk about. There were a couple of people that did mention, we've certainly had a hand in creating these issues as a nation, and we've interfered politically down there for, again, decades. And, I don't know what the easy answer is. There is no easy answer as far as I'm concerned. It's going to take time. We do need to slow the growth of the amount of people coming. And, I don't know how we do that. Everybody's like, well, Joe Biden just opened up the border. That's not true. Everybody, again, looking to blame people. I don't blame Joe Biden. I don't blame Donald Trump. I don't blame any politician for what's going on at our southern border. It's been going on, as I said, for decades. So it isn't Joe Biden's fault. It isn't Donald Trump's fault. It isn't Barack Obama's fault. It isn't Bill Clinton's fault. It isn't George W. Bush. It isn't George H.W. Bush. It isn't Ronald Reagan's fault. People want to come here because they want a better life than what they have. I know a lot of the Central American countries were torn up last year by hurricanes. And, they don't have the infrastructure to even come close to repairing it. I've been in some Central American countries, Panama, stationed there. I've been to Belize, Costa Rica, Mexico, obviously, Nicaragua. These people live in huts and they live together as families. They don't live in their country like we do here in our country. They don't live the same way. For people to say, well, they need to come here and obey our laws. I agree. They should obey our laws. A couple of problems. First off, a lot of them don't speak the language or don't understand the laws well enough to even consider obeying the laws. The other issue we've got with this is the companies that promote bringing illegal aliens into this country to work for their companies, whether it be retailers, whether it be poultry, whether it be migrant workers in the fields, things like that. I am full on in agreement that we need to allow people to immigrate to this country. I know there are a ton of people that are here illegally. What we need to do, in my opinion, and again, this is only my opinion, as far as those folks that are here illegally, if they're found to be here illegally, whether it be through a traffic stop or something like that, talking minor crime, something, they do background checks on these people. They make sure that they're not wanted in the country that they're from, if you can figure out who they are. You fingerprint them, you get them into our system, even if it's under the wrong name, even if it's, we don't really know their real names. Get them into the system, and you have a way to track them. And then if there's no other real issues with these folks, how about getting them on the fast track to becoming citizens? Get them, get them on the right process. I read that in some of the comments about, they're here, they're on welfare. Those people that are coming to this country, 99.9% of them are not here to sell drugs, traffic humans, participate in things illegal. They don't want on welfare. They want to work for themselves. They do pay taxes as far as, sales tax, property tax, if they buy property, things like that. Unfortunately, if they're illegal, most of them don't have Social Security. So, again, it comes back to those companies that are hiring people they know are illegal, and that needs to be addressed. How do you address it? You start cracking down on those companies. But, again, everybody that's out there saying, they can't come, they need to go back, we can't allow them across, by any means necessary, we need to stop them. What's that mean? By any means necessary? So what are you people that are saying that saying? Are you going to declare war on them? I mean, come on. They are human beings. So we'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, I set out to get a little bit of discussion, and there was some. Not as much as I'd hoped that would be helpful. It was more about, pointing fingers and this, they're doing this and they're doing that and blah, blah, blah. Again, no real rational discussion about what we can do to fix it. But hey, we've got to give it time. That's all I got for today. Ramblings of a short, fat, bald guy. Everybody take care of yourselves.